Hello everybody, I'm Drewbie and welcome to my Resident Evil 4 professional playthrough. Now before we get started, I want to go over a few things. With item usage, I will be using certain items at certain points. And I use them because I need them in specific spots. So if you see me not use an item or use an item at a point, then use that item then. But I just want to go over that so you guys are, make sure you guys got enough items to last throughout the whole game and stuff like that. And also, I will be breaking this down in three parts, so that way you guys don't have to sit through, like 4 hours. This turned out to be like 4.5 hours of gameplay. So, I'll break it down in three parts, and I'm gonna try to break it down by section, and you guys will probably see that in the video too, if I can do it. But anyways, all right. So let's go ahead and get started.
Resident Evil 4.
So I will be going with Special 1 costume right here. If you're looking for Ashley's Night costume, it'll be Special 2. Alright, so at the beginning here, what I like to do is shoot this bird and he'll drop some money. And then head over to the house over here. Now we'll come across our first enemy. All you gotta do is just shoot him 4 times. And he'll be dead. Also, I like to reload my gun as soon as the cutscene's about to play. That way it's already reloaded. You don't have to do that. It saves like a second or two. So as soon as you jump out the window here, go immediately to the left. There'll be 3 enemies chasing you. Don't worry about the first shack. Shoot this bird up here because he'll drop a hand grenade and we're going to be using that later. So with the dog up here, you can free the dog if you want to, but we're actually not going to be using the dog later. But I like to free him because, I'm an animal lover and I hate to see a dog suffer. But we come all the way over here and we can get a red herb. Now with these traps over here, just stick to the right and then you'll be able to get around them easily. You don't even have to shoot them. So we're going up to the second shack here. We can go into the second shack. This guy that we just passed will completely forget about us. And the 2 guys up ahead won't even notice us yet. Now with the 2 guys, what I like to do is I like to bait out their attacks. But if you don't feel comfortable, just pop them in the leg once or twice, and you should be able to get around them. Now with this next part, I'm going to be doing the knife strat because it's so much easier. There are 2 other strats that you can do. One's the speedrun strat, and it requires 2 grenades and some good timing. And then the other one requires a shotgun, grenade, and then being on the rooftop. But I find this to be easier, and then also I'll be using grenades later for certain parts. But what I like to do here is walk around this house here, and the reason why I do that is because the enemies, if you go straight into the house there, the enemies will follow you in there sometimes. So this just reassures that no enemies will follow you in there. So as soon as you come to the house here, do a U-turn, shoot a hole in the door, and then start knifing. And then you keep doing this until the second cutscene plays out. Now the enemies will drop items, and you can actually grab the items. Oh yeah, also I split this up so you guys don't sit through this. But the enemies will drop items, and you can grab the items through the door without having to open it. But make sure there are no enemies around, and if you accidentally do open the door, just back up a little bit, the door will close. But yeah, this is just the whole process until the last cutscene plays out. Also, when you get down to the end here, and you start to see the enemies coming in slower and slower, and you don't want to wait, there is a guy on the rooftop that you can shoot down. But I would just wait it out anyways, so that way you're not wasting ammo. These are the last 3 guys anyways. Alright, so after that's done, we can now go around the village and collect everything. It's kind of the same route as I took with Ada, except you're not having to deal with the enemies. That is pretty cool. I did not even notice I did that. I knifed that box through that door. I actually did not even notice I did that. I didn't even know you could do that. So over here to the left, we got a yellow herb. And then we'll go over to that shack to the right over there. We can get a grenade in here and then some handgun ammo and I believe just some other random item. I think this was treasure. Yeah, I think that item, that box to the left was random treasure. And then the grenade over to the right will always be a grenade. Some of these items will always be the same when you cut through the boxes. Some of them will be different. I'll try to point out like what's different and what's always going to be there. I think these are going to be different every time. And then we can come up here, get the shotgun, and then another hand grenade. Grab the treasure and then some ammo over here. And jump out this window over here. This is where the third strike that I was talking about is played out. You stand like pretty much where Leon was right there. You use the handgun and grenade. And you can take him out. Also, I forgot to mention that you don't have to deal with the chainsaw guy either when doing the knife strat. It does miss out on treasure, but like I said in the beginning, I will be providing enough stuff for this whole run so you guys don't have to worry whatsoever. I actually made one mistake later on in the video, and it wasn't bad enough to where I lost out on treasure or anything, because I provided so much treasure for me. So there's nothing to that shack over on the left, so that's why I didn't go over into that one. So up here we can go to this shack over here to the left and get a barrel. And then there is a piece of treasure. I forgot what it was. I think it was a pocket watch or something. Now as soon as you shoot your gun, you'll get that guy's attention. So what I like to do is stand over here. And as soon as he gets close, shoot him in the leg. And then knife him the rest of the way. Now there is a guy straight ahead. Sometimes he'll hear you, sometimes he won't. So just pay attention. Make sure he's not coming. See, I made sure to see where he was, so he didn't even see me at that point. But we'll be able to take care of him later anyways. So, also, I'll be getting blue pendants in this run as well. I grabbed the map. That's the map, in case you guys need it. So I like to kill this guy here, and then there's a guy in the barn that we have to take care of there as well. Because he'll immediately hear you and start coming after you. I got lucky with that crit shot. Start coming after you, so that's why I take care of him there, and then I go for this pendant up here. Now there is one more guy to deal with. But you should have enough time to shoot this medallion, and then take care of that guy in there. By the time I came back in here, he was hopping through the window. Now, normally I would just go ahead and collect everything in the barn here, but we have to come back to the barn anyways. Oh, I guess I already did, okay. Because there's one more guy that we do have to focus on. And, like I said, at any point he can hear you, and he'll start coming after you. But I guess he wasn't really coming after me, so I just focused on getting everything in the barn here. But yeah, I mean, if you want to go kill the other guy and then focus on the barn, then yeah. So we get another pendant up here. Now when you do shoot here and he hasn't heard you yet, when you do shoot he will hear you. Sometimes he'll be right in front of you. That's why I hesitated there for a second. So behind us here is another medallion that we can shoot. And then the barn that we came from, there's a window over there to the left. That we can, there's another medallion up there. But that does take care of all the enemies in the village. So that leaves 2 more emblems to go. Emblems, medallions. So this medallion will be over here to the right on the windmill. And then treasure here. And this, the last medallion up here. So there's only 7 medallions in the village. I just showed off real quick that I got them all. Before jumping down and going through the door, go all the way to the end here like you did with Ada, and then go to the left. Drop down. And then we can get the Banistine here. The Banistine will actually not be sold until the castle area. We still need to get the rest of the cat's eyes for it. So up here we do got a QTE to worry about. So it's just pretty much tap square, and then at the end it'll be either square and X or L2 and R2. So up here we got a couple of spinels we can grab. Now with the enemies up here, there's 2 of them at the beginning here. Don't even worry about them. Now I had to restart this part over because I took a lot of damage, as you guys will see in my one video. So this guy's gonna react different, but normally he runs away. Just keep going. He won't even touch you at all. This guy will blow himself up. Sometimes it takes a minute for him to blow himself up. Other times it's just instant, like there. And then in here, what I like to do is get these guys' attention, let them throw the dynamite. That one was still in the window, it still landed within the house, so it took them all out. Now there is, I was making sure that there was no other enemies, because sometimes it will not kill them all. There's a guy right behind that corner. Usually there's a guy right behind that corner, but it took him out too. That's why I hesitated there. And then that'll be our third. Third grenade that we're going to be using here real soon anyways. Get a cat's eye right there. Treasure there. Now you can go back and get the treasure up there. I didn't bother because I really didn't need it. Now in here are some traps, so be careful. We get the ammo right there, and then over through that door to the right are a couple of traps. I like to turn a little bit and then just shoot the trap, point my gun, shoot there. There's an herb in that cabinet over there. I didn't realize it was in there. Alright, so up here we get another quick time event.
Feeble human.
So yeah, it could just be one of the buttons. Alright, so here we can collect some ammo. I don't think there was anything behind me. Sniper ammo, which sniper is something we're not going to be getting until the castle. So here, try not to get too close to the door over there, because once you do, a cutscene will play out, and you'll have to focus on the enemies. Before then, we can go to the merchant here. Sell chicken eggs if you haven't used them at this point, because you won't need them. Spinel. Pearl pendant. That's what it was. Pearl pendant. And I believe that's it. Yes, that's it. So buy the case upgrade and the TMP. Like I said, the rifle is something we're not going to need until the castle anyways. So I put my TMP there and my handgun there, because I won't be using the handgun much longer. And the TMP is always going to be in that spot, so that's what I do anyways. Now, you don't have to use a TMP. You can use the handgun through this run, or you can use the killer or whatever. Alright, so anyways, up here, get the cutscene to play out. Open this door, turn around, go back through the door, turn around, and go back through the door. And we do this because it gets the enemies to group up into one big spot, and we take a lot of them out at once. Now, I like to shoot at this guy here to get his attention, so that way he groups up with everybody else. You don't have to shoot him because you'll eventually get him. So, equip a grenade, stand back here, and as soon as you hear the dynamite guy come, toss the grenade. This is why I didn't use the grenades in the last part. Now, don't go out the door just yet, because there's going to be one more dynamite coming. Now, the reason why I didn't wait for him to come is because by the time he starts to come, the other dynamite is around the corner, and he starts grabbing everything. So I just go ahead and I toss a grenade there. So then I just stand back here and shoot him with the shotgun. Also, don't stand too close to the door, because the dynamite will hit you. But don't stand too far back, because the guy with the dynamite, there's a hole over there to the right. He'll actually throw the dynamite through the hole, and it'll do a lot of damage. I've had that happen to me so many times. So I like to use the handgun with like 1 or 2 enemies still around. So that way I'm not wasting TNT ammo. So that guy that's walking away, I'm trying to shoot at him to get his attention. So that way he groups up as well. So if you see a guy stray off or whatever, try to shoot him and get their attention. Yeah, that'll happen from time to time, so just go ahead and kill him like that, and you should be able to get him. Same routine, equip a grenade. Stand back a little bit of ways, right here. And as soon as you hear another dynamite come, toss the grenade. Now you want to stand here because you don't want the dynamite, or the grenade to go over the ledge. I've had that happen too. So that, I believe that was the second wave we took care of. There are like 3 waves in this first part that we have to take care of. So seeing that he's alone, I just go ahead and finish him off with the handgun. And yes, I believe that might be the last wave. So at this point, I just come back into here. Let them all come after me. There will be one more dynamite coming. So I just stand back here and shoot him off with a shotgun. So once we do take care of the dynamite, that'll be the end for the enemies, at least for this first little part, and then we can move on. This was taking a minute, so I was thinking about grabbing the TMP and trying to finish him off, but I was kind of waiting on that. You should have enough shotgun ammo to take care of this part. Yeah, see, there's the dynamite right there. Yeah, and I think I eventually did use the TMP because I didn't want to waste too much ammo. But it did take care of everybody that was there anyway, so that was good. Alright, so he's the last one we gotta worry about for right now. So now we can move on to the house over there to the left. And inside that house will be 3 other enemies. The third one, you won't even get his attention until you get close to him. But with here, I like to, the same routine with Ada, go from enemy to enemy. Take care of the closest one. Actually, I would take care of the one that's throwing the axe, so you don't have to worry about him. Now, I got kind of lucky here, and he stayed right behind the door, so I didn't have to worry about him. So I just backed out like that, kicked the door open, and it took him down, and then just knifed him. So that was like really, really lucky. But yeah, I would go from like enemy to enemy, stun one, take care of the other, and then go back to the other one. So this guy here, I got lucky there with another crit shot. But yeah, shoot him in the head, kick him, knife him. And then here we got a flash grenade. Hop out the window. Now over here, there's a little strat that we can do. But first, you can get these crates now if you want to, or you can get them later. Once the enemies are gone from this whole area, you can come back and get everything. But then run up, climb up this ladder here. Now I'm facing the wall because there are going to be guys with throwing axes, and I did mess up and I got hit. But there are guys with throwing axes. If you face the wall, the guys with throwing axes will not hit you, will not throw their axes at all. But I kept turning around to see whether there were any more enemies coming. So if you jump down at the right moment there, as soon as she throws the dynamite, jump right down and you can actually get like an invincibility frame. I explained that in my intro video. But yeah, you won't even take damage from that. So this is the second and last wave that we have to worry about. So you drop down, go straight to get the other enemy's attention, turn around, go back, climb up the ladder, and then repeat this process again and take care of the rest of the enemies. Alright, so he was the last wave of those enemies there. So now we can take out the dynamite guy. Now with taking out these guys, I try to shoot them in the chest. And it still didn't quite work out too well, but with this guy it doesn't matter anyways, because when you shoot them in the legs and they drop down, I think I did it with this guy here. It's actually a little bit hard to hit him, so go for the chest more than anything. So we got 2 more enemies left in this whole village area. Now before dropping down, collect all the items and do a U-turn, you should see an enemy over there to the left. Now I'm not sure how this exactly works out. I think you have to shoot him like as close to the barrel as you possibly can. But I was able to do that and able to finish him off with the barrel. But for some reason it doesn't quite work out that way, just shooting down with the handgun. So that leaves one more enemy, and that's this guy way over here. So there you go, that's all the enemies of the village. So yeah, once the music stops, you know that there's no more enemies around. So now you're free to collect all the treasure and get the puzzle pieces for the door. Got a crate over here. Yeah, so it's up to you. You don't necessarily have to collect the items the way that I did. It just made it a little bit easier for me. You could take care of all the enemies first and come back for the items. And then way up here we got sniper ammo, and I think this is just a random treasure. And then the last piece right there. Now same routine with Ada, I like to go into my menu, tap the L1 button, combine the items together, and then put them in the door. I mean, you don't have to do it, like I said, it just saves a lot of time. Oh, there are times that I did forget to do that though. Alright, so for this next part, the first enemy we come across, just shoot him once until he's stunned and then go by him, turn to the left and drop out the window. And then there's an enemy over there with like a pitchfork. Just shoot him until he's stunned. And then knife the window, don't jump out of it, knife it, and then jump out of it. So yeah, we got the first guy right here, just pop him until he's done. Go out the left window here, or left area here. Stun this guy. Knife this window here, jump out. Now here, this is real easy, just ease Leon through there. As soon as he throws the dynamite, hop over, and then immediately go straight for the door. You will actually get the invincibility frame. It works every time. You will get the invincibility frame to where the guy does not do any damage to you whatsoever. and you're able to get through the door easily, hop over to that window there, grab that mask. And then here, I would just shoot the boxes. I mean, like I said, ammo, handgun ammo at this point really does not matter. And then you can just go from here. That guy should miss. If you do take damage, don't worry about healing, because we're going to get items here in a minute to heal. Walk past this guy, do a U-turn, go back down, because we can get some items down here and not have to worry about the enemies except for him. So the reason why I do this is because when you're taking care of this guy, it's a possibility that you could aggro those enemies up ahead. So like, U-turn, go back up, and then come right back down, and then you don't have to worry about the enemies. But yeah, that going through that part with the traps and everything, you should see it. Just ease Leon between both traps, and it's real easy. And then as soon as she throws the dynamite, hop over. And then you'll be able to get it. Immediately go straight for the door though, and you'll get that invincibility frame every single time. So down here, I usually just get 3 fish. Now, it doesn't matter, like I said, I provided enough money for this playthrough. So with the fish, I usually sell them, but you can use them for items, or for health, if you need to. But I would use them before we reach the second merchant, I believe. I'll point it out when we get there, but yeah, I believe it's the second merchant. That if you haven't used the fish by then just go ahead and sell them, because you're gonna need the room. There are 2 traps here. Take them out. See, I like to shoot the traps, that way you get the, it kills the birds, and then you get the treasure from them too. And then, yeah, the treasure that we got back there. Or did I? Okay, I did get that. I got too busy in explaining all that I didn't realize if I got that or not. Alright, so up here we got a real easy puzzle. It's just going to be up and right. Or up and left, sorry. Actually, it could be up and right, too. Either one works. So we can get treasure in here, grab the key, and that should be the end of the chapter here. And ammo. Okay, so at the beginning here, you can get a green herb there. I didn't grab it because I didn't need it. Also, if you go back through that door there, there's another cutscene that'll play out. So unlike Ada, we don't have an enemy to worry about over here. So we can get this grenade here. And speaking of grenade, same routine as with Ada. We're going to equip a hand grenade. And pretty much do that same strat. Toss your grenade. Try to keep him away from where the other enemy is. Also, there's an egg in there. But yeah, try to keep him away from where the enemy is way up there. So that way you don't get his attention either. There are times where it can't be helped anyways. And if you wind up getting his attention. That's why I kind of backed up a little bit and waited for him to come to me. I mean, if it does happen, I mean, handgun, TMP. And you should be able to take them both out. Even by doing this, that guy way down there can still hear you. And then we can get the ruby from him. Okay, cool. I was able to get that ammo. Now, we're not going to worry about the shack this time. We're just going to walk right past him. Same thing with Ada. Just shoot these guys as soon as you get close. It should take 2 shots. Sometimes you get lucky and do it within 1 shot. And then just go right through the door. Equip any grenade here. We're going to be using it for movement. It just makes getting through this area a lot faster. Now you can immediately go right from here and still get past them, but you do have to bait out their attacks and one can grab you from behind. So that's why I do it that way. It makes it a little bit more easier. Okay, yeah, so this is where we're going to be selling the fish up here. Now over here, equip your handgun. And there is a thing up there that you could shoot, and it should give you a spinel. But wait a second before going to grab it though, that's why I did that. Because if you immediately go and try to grab the spinel, you'll take damage from the fire. So up here we got 3 different treasures we can get. I believe 2 of them were spinels, and one is, I forgot what it was called. Yeah, there's 1 spinel, 2 spinels, okay. So up here we'll see the merchant here.
What are you selling?
Now, like I said, if
Is
you
that
haven't used the
old?
fish at this point, I would just go
Is
ahead
that
and sell
old
them.
strength?
Because we're going to need the rune,
Is
sell
that
the
old
spinel,
strength?
the ruby,
Ah.
and the brass pocket watch,
Ah.
and that one.
What are you buying?
Now, we'll be upgrading the TMP,
Is that old?
and I believe that's it,
Is
and
that
the
old?
capacity. Yeah, the fire
Thank
power and the capacity. And that's it. So same as Ada, and a lot of these strats that I used were same as I used with Ada. Another hand grenade up there. We'll be using that later. Now stick to the right up here because you will get that guy's attention over there if you go any further. So we can take out her first, and then we'll be able to focus on him. If you go out any further than what I just did, the guy will see you, and he'll come in at the same time as you're trying to kill her. So this is the area where we'll be able to get the rest of the medallions. But first, yeah, we take care of this guy here. And as soon as we kill him, there should be a blue medallion up in the street here. And then one straight ahead right over there. And then one straight ahead from here. Now up here we got another dynamite to take care of. What I tried to do here was I tried to bait out the attack, you know, have him throw out the dynamite, wipe out the enemies. But with him though, I was able to do that, which took a minute to do. But with the dynamite, it took me a little bit longer to kill him. Because I kind of messed up a little bit. I was trying to do with what I did with Ada and run past him. Where he throws the dynamite at you, but he throws it wherever you're standing. So if you're right by him, he throws it right by him. I got way too close here. I think, okay, no, I got lucky. Yeah, so you just gotta shoot down. I would probably just use a TMP on him. But up here we got a fire grenade. Now up here I didn't do the same strat that I did with Ada because every time I kept shooting them they wouldn't go over the ledge. So I had to do this a different way. But before then actually we can come over here. Now this one did work out to my advantage. It actually got rid of both of them. I forgot we do this puzzle first. I just got done doing Ada's, so I thought we had to go down the other way and then come back this way. Puzzle's the same though. It's 3 4 4 4 3 4 4 4 3. and that could be combined with Bandit Steam later. So now we're going to go down this path here. So as I was explaining earlier, I tried to shoot them, like, not this time, but the last time I was playing this, and they wouldn't go over. So I had to try to do this a different way. So I just baited her out, you know, got her attention, tried to get her to follow me, shoot her down to knife her, and then focus on the other two enemies. So at this point too, I would be careful. I mean, it doesn't matter if you reload or not, because we're going to be selling the handgun here in a minute. And yeah, he managed to clip me, which is fine. If you do take damage from this part, don't worry about healing up just yet, because we're going to get an item here in a second. But yeah, I just did the whole back and forth thing. But before I go into that shack over there, I'm going to go ahead and get the rest of the medallions. Yeah, so with the handgun, I mean, it doesn't matter if we reload or not, because we're going to be selling the handgun and the ammo to it here in a minute. I was actually getting to the point at this point where I wouldn't reload my gun, because when you upgrade a weapon, you want it to be at, you know, very low ammo as possible. Here's a snake, so that's why I took my time and cut the box. But yeah, at this point it doesn't matter anyways. So there's one more enemy up here, but all he's gonna do is point at us. We're just gonna run past him and go through the door. And you'll have enough time. So up here are birds. Now what I like to do is walk a little bit until I feel them fly away. Aim for that bird there, and he'll drop a flash grenade. You can use a flash grenade here and get rid of all the birds and collect all the treasure if you want. I did not need the treasure, so that's why I did not worry about it. Just worried about the one bird that had the flash grenade. But it's entirely up to you. You should have enough flash grenades. Now be careful with your flash grenade use, as you'll see later. But you should have enough flash grenades to take care of that, all those birds there, and then pretty much get the flash grenade back. So up here, I like to wait to collect this ammo until I come back around. That is, even if I need it, because I try to make sure that I have enough room for this next part.
Some rare. What are you selling?
So we're gonna sell the handgun.
Is that all?
The ammo, I should have sold the ammo first.
Is that all straight? Thank you.
The spinel.
Is that all, strange?
And I believe that's it.
Thank you.
Yep.
What are you buying?
And then we're gonna buy a rocket.
Strange.
We'll actually be using that here, and that should be it. We're gonna be using that here once we get back to this area. So you can equip your TMP here, because that's the next weapon we'll be using. Also, we got another quick time coming up here. Yeah, there's also more handgun. At this point, we're not going to be collecting any ammo until later. Handgun ammo. And there's a good reason why. So if you do collect any handgun ammo, just discard it for right now. You won't be needing it. Unless if you've kept a handgun as your weapon instead of your TMP. So right here, just shoot the trap right there and just take out that guy. Now with this guy here, get his attention, and then he'll start chasing you. Now back up though, because if you don't back up, he'll actually go up and around, but when you start backing up, he'll come around the other way and just run right into the trap. There's one more enemy right here. Just get his attention. Don't shoot the trap though, because we're going to be using that to our advantage here in a minute. But just get his attention, he'll start chasing you. There was a guy in that shack there, which he'll start coming after you as well. I tried to take him out there, but then he ran away. So they'll both come up here and then we'll take care of them both pretty much at once here. I try to get them side by side. But I'm trying not to go too far up ahead either because I don't want to get any other enemy's attention just yet. Not at least until we get into that shack over there. Now there is another snake in a box in that, I believe it's the right box. Yeah. Get that ammo there, that ammo there. Now jump down and go left because we're gonna get another hand grenade. Now with these here, did I shoot this one or not? No, I didn't. Okay. So I walked as close up to it as I possibly could and waited for this enemy to just walk right into it. Now over here to the right is another enemy. Just shoot him down. Don't kill him. Just shoot him down. The other enemy ran into the other trap, so we didn't have to worry about that. Yeah, so just shoot him down. Equip your shotgun because we're going to need it here. Oh, wait. Not yet. Not yet. There's a treasure we got to get first. But as soon as you get the treasures, do equip the shotgun. Because that enemy we shot down will probably be behind us. As a matter of fact, he was for me. I shot him down. Now be careful when you shoot him down here because I kind of got stuck to where he would not let me through until he fully got up. And I was able to get around him. So at this point, don't worry about reloading because we don't need to shoot down any more enemies from here. We just can go ahead and go on to the next area. Now, in this next part, what I'd like to do is collect all the items here, and then I'll go back and kind of make like a checkpoint save in case something wrong, bad happens in this next part. Just in case you die, so that way you don't have to recollect all the treasure again and everything. So get that treasure there. There should be a yellow herb right over here. There will be a green herb up ahead. Another crate, I believe, with a random item in it. Equip your hand grenade for movement. Go back through that door to make like a checkpoint save. And I'll see you guys in a second. Okay. So I just went back through the door, came back out, and here we are. So here, this fight can be a little bit tricky. But for me, this is the best way that I can come up with on how to do this. So at the beginning here, go ahead and throw a harpoon into his back. And stick to the right. And you'll be able to get at least 2 more harpoons in, maybe 1. Always stick to the right though, because it'll come up like that. Now, sticking to the right always doesn't work, but it is the best way to get through this. Now, what I would do is I would stick all the way to the left. I did that because I knew I could do that. But if you feel uncomfortable, you just completely stick to the left and you won't have to worry about him. Alright, so here we gotta wait for him to come around. He'll either come from the left or the right. Find out where he's at. And as soon as we find him, point straight up at him like that. And you should be able to get 3 at once. Now, when you're throwing in the second harpoon at him, move your analog stick down and you should be able to hit him. But yeah, always stick to the right like that. There are times where you will get hit and there's nothing you can really do about it. But 9 times out of 10, it really does work just to stick to the right like that. Dodge the logs right there. Now here, I thought I could get away with getting around the log and getting the harpoon in him at the same time. And it didn't work out. I thought I had enough room to get around that log. That's okay, that's why I had enough items to heal with. That's why I really didn't use any of those combined items yet. I forget how, see that was a close call right there. I forget how many harpoons it takes to kill him. I know it's in the teens somewhere, I believe. Yeah, that was close too. A lot of times when you do stick to right like that, you'll have a lot of close calls, but he won't hit you. Yeah, the third one's kind of hard to hit sometimes. Okay, it looked like he was just gonna drag me around and not even worry about having to go to the right. I thought I had missed there, but I guess I did hit him. Saw the blood come out. Yep, another close call right there. But there you go. So get another quick time up here. And that'll be the end of the chapter. Alright, so up here we can get a flash grenade. Yeah, don't worry about the handgun ammo. So up here to the left, yeah. I always get confused around this part. But up here to the left, we can get in this boat here. I'm gonna cut ahead to where we go through those two blue lights up there. And then we can get a treasure up here. This is also that one spot I showed in that video for the Detonate glitch. It's really easy to do. You just Detonate. This is like New Game Plus. You Detonate here, you turn around, hop down the ladder, and you can actually glitch out of the area and get some items. So that's random box. Yeah, that's the jewel for the mask and treasure. Alright, so as soon as I get back to the boat, I'm gonna cut over to the other area. Oh yeah, grab this first. Handgun ammo. I try not to pick it up. Alright, so back at the start off point, we're gonna go through this door up here. Now there's two enemies up here, but we actually don't have to kill them. One of them turned into that Los Pelagas. Don't even worry about him, just keep running. He'll point at you. Now up here, normally you would go left, but keep going straight. There's a crate over there that we can break, and there will be a grenade in there. We'll actually be using those like really soon. I believe in this part. So up here, equip the handgun, or the TMP, and then you can actually shoot these crates here for hopping down. But the guy will be right behind you, so you have to be a little bit fast. You can always just hop down and shoot him there. But we got this guy up here. He doesn't have a lot of HP to deal with, so just take a couple shots at him and he's dead. Turn around here, and then we can get the Spinel up here. And then to the right up here, I was going to equip the rocket here, and then I realized that we're not going to equip the rocket just yet. There's two ways of getting through this next part. You can do the rocket, not use the rocket, but actually just use the rocket as movement to get around them, but it's kind of precise to get around them. Or you can use a flash grenade. And I'm used to using the rocket method to get around them. But instead, I realized that we have a flash grenade to spare here, so we can use a flash grenade. So we can climb up here, get another green herb. Had to rearrange my inventory. I still wanted to equip the rocket, and I still kept realizing, like, no, I switched to flash grenade method. But I mean, either or works. I mean, how the rocket works is that you let the one guy, there's one guy that starts off, he'll just run right past you, he won't even aggro you. And then you bait out two of the enemies' attacks, and then you just run right past them, and you'll be able to get around them all easily. I might make a video on that one day. once you get over here, you'll get the cutscene with all the enemies. Toss a flash grenade, and you'll be able to get around them. Yeah, I should have mentioned this. Now we equip the rocket, but I should have mentioned this before. Get that treasure before doing this, because you won't have to worry about getting it when you come back around here. So grab the item. I meant to cut that out and then didn't realize that, so, but it's whatever. So we got a couple crates over here that we can get. But keep the rocket here though, because we are going to be using it. This is where, back in the beginning, where we rescued the dog. But like I said, we're not going to be needing the dog because this is actually very, very easy to do. Just point the rocket at him and shoot. Kills him instantly. And don't worry about getting items yet until we use the rocket, because it'll make sure that you have enough room to get the items afterwards. As soon as the cutscene starts, I hold the L2 button, tap the skip button, and then go for the R2 button, and it gets them every time. So we got a yellow herb here. Also, oh, you can collect ammo at this point if you want to, handgun ammo, but only keep a stack of 50. That's all we're gonna need. Now, don't equip anything here. When you use the rocket, don't equip anything else, because we're actually, another thing I failed to mention in my intro video is even if Leon has nothing in his hands, he still moves at 10% speed. But if you accidentally do equip something, just equip a grenade and you should be alright. And it's going to be very important for this next part. So we got a few items here. Now you can go back into that area where the merchant is and collect all those items there. But at this point, I really don't need it. So for this next part, we're going to be introduced to the dogs. Now, with these dogs, we can easily get around them without even shooting them. Just stick to the path that I stick to, and you should be able to get through it every single time. So pretty much you want to stay on the opposite side of where the dog is going to jump. So normally this dog does jump to the left, so you want to stick to the right. And then just go around like that, and you should be able to get around the dogs easily. It saves a lot of ammo, and you don't have to worry about being jumped on or anything. So up here, you go to the right and get a flash grenade here. And then I believe treasure here. I almost said handgun ammo, but that was Ada. And then we got the same puzzle up here, but it is going to be different from Ada's. Now with this, you can either get the crates now or wait until after the puzzle. But this one is red down, green left, and blue right. Alright, so now we're coming up to the part where we're about to rescue Ashley. Now with Ashley, as you'll see coming up here, you don't have to do this. I'm just showing this off that, you know, when you run into a cutscene and you have Ashley with you and she gets kidnapped or whatever, just keep going towards that cutscene and Ashley will teleport to you instantly. But I also do have Ashley in wait mode here because it just keeps her from getting in my way from cutting the boxes or anything. I always had that fear that I'm going to accidentally cut Ashley, so I just have her wait anyways. But yeah, I keep her weighted here. And it actually saves it for like about a second or two. You run right into the cutscene and Ashley's automatically teleported to you.
Wait.
Alright, so we can get a few items here. Now, like I said before, only keep a stack of 50 handgun ammo, because that's all we're going to need.
Follow me.
Oh yeah, so up here, equip your TMP. And then shoot that barrel straight ahead. And you should be able to get around. Now, there is another way to get around this without shooting the barrel. You can go straight to the right there and actually have enough time to get through without the enemies grabbing you or Ashley. It's kind of a tight squeeze, but it works every single time. Alright, so up here we're coming back to the village. And I'm going to do this if also there are nests in the tree. I wouldn't worry about shooting them, that's why I didn't. Because you'll have those enemies on you. But yes, we're coming back up to the village over here. And I do this a certain way, and it requires killing no enemies. But precise movement and way to get around them. Easy movement, but precise. So when climbing up the ladder here, you're going to have to wait a second anyways for Ashley to catch up to you. So go ahead and cut open that crate. Normally there's nothing in there, but it just buys time for Ashley to climb up. I always check the crates just to make sure, because they do come back, you know, they do respawn once you come back up here, but a lot of times it could be empty. So up here, equip your any grenade, stick to the right, go to the left,
Wait.
have Ashley wait, then follow, go to the right there, and then to the left, and you're through the area very, very easily. So up here, equip shotgun. This fence over here, hop over this fence, go up a little bit of ways, wait a second for Ashley to catch up, and then move forward. Now normally this guy here will climb through the window. He didn't this time, but normally he does climb through the window. It is kind of a tight spot. As you saw, the guy almost hit me, but you can get through that every single time. So over here, just shoot these guys down. I didn't shoot them fast enough. But just shoot them down to where they're knocked down. Jump down. Now this is another invincibility frame moment. This is why I waited a second. Because normally this guy's right behind me. I wait for him to swing, and then I go to catch Ashley. And it gives you an invincibility frame to where you're not taking any damage or anything. And it gives you time to react and get around him and all that stuff. Alright, so up here we get the cabin here. It's another situation to where you don't have to have Ashley wait or anything. Also with the Punisher, yeah, as you saw, I did not get the Punisher. We're not getting the Punisher until after the cabin. Actually, until the two paths. But up here is really, really easy to do. As soon as you start here, we are going to bust open all these windows.
Use this.
Because we want the enemies to come in as quickly as possible. Turn around, stay at the top of these stairs, pull out your shotgun, and just start shooting them as they come up. Now when you get a lot of them grouped up together at once, go back into your inventory and put your hand grenade and throw it, and it'll wipe out a lot of the enemies. Now the goal of the cabin here is, I don't know how many enemies it is, but you do have to kill a certain amount for this to end. So that way, by using the hand grenades, it kills a whole bunch of them at once. But like I said, I usually wait until a bunch of them are grouped up, then I go switch to the hand grenade, and then I throw it. Should take about 3 hand grenades to take out the enemies here. So here, I think I used a hand grenade. So here's one key note. At the end of the chapter, restart as quickly as you can to the next chapter, because the items that are dropped by the enemies in this chapter will carry over into the next chapter. But the thing is that if you save and quit, the items will disappear. So immediately go into the next chapter. There will be another save right up the head that you can go up and save. So that way you have enough time to grab all these items here. Only grab the items so that the enemies drop. Don't grab the items around the cabin. We will be back for those. But I want to mention that because at the end of this chapter here, I'm only going to have a split second to explain that. But yeah, this is just the same routine, you know. As soon as they start coming up the stairs, shoot them with the shotgun, group them all together, throw a hand grenade, and it should wipe out. It'll come to an end when Lewis starts coming up the stairs. At that point, you know you got about maybe 1 or 2 enemies left to go. So we should be getting close to the end here. Yeah, see, I reloaded too late, but got lucky. Yep, okay, here comes Lewis. And I got lucky there too. Okay, so at the beginning here, collect all the treasure on the ground only. That all the enemies drop. And then if you want to make a save, you know, say you have to save and quit and go do something, I'll show you guys where the save is at. But you have to do this because if you don't, then the items disappear if you save at the end of the chapter and then come back. Yeah, so here's the save over here. Now, as for the Punisher, the reason why I haven't got it yet was for the inventory space. I'm not getting it just yet because we're going to go through the two paths. We're actually going to go to the right path. Yeah, we're going to the right path.
What are you buying?
Because that is the most easiest path. So go ahead and buy the rocket here.
Come back anytime.
And then click on the right path. So actually, go ahead and equip your rocket here. Okay, I did. I didn't know if I did here or if I waited to up there. But as soon as the cutscene ends, go ahead and point your rocket and shoot at the giant guy. I forget his name. And it'll kill him instantly. There's another way of doing this too, but it's a little bit more trickier. And I started doing that at first when I made this video. I started doing that at first. And I realized, oh man, this is gonna result in a couple of deaths. But anyways, go ahead and come back out. And now we can collect all the items within the house there. And then also we can go ahead and buy the Punisher too. Now it depends on how you want to play it. If you want to use the TMP throughout the whole run, or if you want to use a handgun, what's that called? Killer. But you can't get the TMP and the handgun at the same time because you just won't have the inventory space for it. So yeah, that's why it doesn't really matter either way you go. It's just if you're gonna have the handgun, then you're going to have to eliminate the TMP ammo. So now that we got everything all around, we can come back here. This area is free, and so when I was doing this before, like I explained before, I was doing a much harder strat, and it would skip a treasure.
Wait.
But now that we got rid of him, we can go ahead and get the treasure and post all these items.
Follow me.
Yeah, I usually just have Ashley wait right here because she'll just get in the way when you're trying to go out the door. Probably even can have her just wait back there. She'll catch up to you by the time you say follow me. So go ahead and equip your handgun. Handgun, I keep saying handgun. Well, it depends on what you have. TMP. Turn around. And there'll be an item right up there. It took me a minute to find it. Because it's been a while since I actually been through this area to grab that item. So, one thing I forgot to mention is with this door here, there's a trick where you can actually get two of the chains at once. But I believe you have to be standing at an angle.
Wait.
I don't think... No, we don't see the merchant here.
Welcome.
And if I did, I think I just sold something, but I didn't buy anything.
Selection. What are you buying?
Oh, okay, okay. I thought I went back to go get the Punisher. I actually get the Punisher right here. Okay. Because I did start off by going back when we went back to get the items to get the Punisher then. But it really doesn't matter when you do it. So I just went ahead and used the combined herbs there. It doesn't matter, it just increases Leon's health. But I did it to make room. So at this point, we only need the Punisher for this next part here. and then for the part once we get past the gate over there to the right. But other than that, I actually don't need a Punisher anymore. So up here, if you have Ashley wait, the camera will actually zoom in on Leon, and you'll be able to take out the enemy like that. But if you have Ashley not wait, it makes it harder for to shoot the enemies. But with the Punisher is actually really good. Aiming's a little bit hard on the tram here, but Punisher is really good, as you see there, because it takes care of 2 enemies at once. And if I'm not mistaken, I believe the killer you actually get in the castle area coming up. So after I kill that guy, go ahead and kill that guy over there to the left. And then take care of these 2 guys here. 3 guys. And then there's one more guy right after this. So what I usually do is I go over to the right here. But the chain was in my way, so I couldn't really see him. And I kept missing the shots. But I was able to get him anyways. Luckily, I didn't get hit. But either way, it's kind of hard to get a pinpoint on that guy because you either got the chain in your way or you got the trams in your way. So up here is a flash grenade. You can choose to get this now or wait until we come back up here. Yeah, I did get this now. And then now we're going to be able to get the last cat eye for the bandits team. So have Ashley wait here because we're going to have dynamite guy coming up. I ease myself around this corner here because the moment the dynamite guy sees you, he starts throwing it. Or he gets ready to throw it anyways. So I basically just aim back and forth, back and forth. But I try to go for the dynamite guy as much as I can to kill him. Well, that guy right there. So up here we do have one more enemy. What I would do is just shoot him down, run up, grab the cat's eye, turn around. By that time you turn around, he'll be standing back up, shoot him down again and keep going. Half the time, he will turn into a Lost Pelagus. That's why I didn't bother killing him. And make it so much harder to deal with when their heads split off like that. Okay, so yep, up here, equip the fire grenade because we're going to be actually using 4 of them here.
Follow me.
So up here is a neat little strat and makes this so much easier to deal with. At the beginning of the fight, throw a fire grenade. Wait a second after the cutscene goes, and then move forward or else you'll get caught on fire. Go over to the right a little bit. Throw another fire grenade. Actually, grab the fire grenade in front of you first, then turn around, throw another fire grenade, and then you'll be teleported to another area. Throw another fire grenade, turn back around, and stand in that corner there. Wait for him to come up. Quick time. Wait for him to come up, and then throw another fire grenade between him and the barrel. So one right there. Wait for the fire for a second. Grab that fire grenade, throw another grenade. You'll be teleported. Throw another grenade. Turn back around. Stand over here. And wait for him to come in between. As soon as you see him pop up, throw the grenade between him and the barrel. And that kills him instantly. So now we can collect all the items around here. Yeah, so at this point with the mixed herbs, with the yellow, green, and reds, if my inventory space is too full, I will wind up using them. Because like I said, it increases Leon's health. And like I also said in the beginning, I am providing enough health for this whole run. So if you have to use a mixture, go ahead and do it. So yeah, after you collect everything, you just go ahead and hop out the
Are
window.
you okay,
I would
Dad?
equip a grenade here just for faster movement. Until we at least get to the door to do the eye. Yeah, also there was ammo over here on the right side. I normally don't collect that until after I come back after here. I don't think it really matters too much, but I usually wait until I come back through here to collect that ammo. Oh yeah, right here. I went ahead and just combined the cat's eye with the bandosine because we're gonna be selling it here in the next chapter. You can combine this now, but we're not gonna be selling that too much later until we find the other jewel. So once you get up to the door here, you can a neat trick you can do is just immediately go into your menu, tap the L1 button to switch over to your items, and then click on the actually no, switch to your handgun first, then switch over to the items, and then do the eye. Yeah, it gets a little confused there because we're gonna be using the handgun right up here. And as soon as we get through the door here, there will be ammo on the right side. That's only if you need it. If you need it. Now at this point, you only need about 10 shots in your gun.
Wait.
4 shots, actually about 4 or 5 shots in your gun, because this takes about 5 shots to do. Because we're actually going to be selling the furniture here in the next chapter anyway. So up here, I wouldn't recommend doing this. I only did this to show off the cutscene thing again. But I had Ashley wait here. She got captured.
Wait.
And this is what I was explaining earlier when we first rescued Ashley. She'll get captured, but if you keep going, run right into the cutscene, Ashley will be with you. So that's it for part 1 of this. I hope this really helps you guys out a lot. If you have any questions, let me know. But don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. And check out my Twitch. That will be in the link in the description below. And I will see you guys for part 2. Bye.